Hi everybody, welcome to the Lee County Library's Getting Crafty for Adults. For December we are making little sock snowmen. So you're going to need these supplies. Gather these items before we get started. Clean white tube sock, string or yarn, preferably white, some small buttons or bells, an orange pipe cleaner, which is optional, scissors, and a glue gun. So what I did is I took my tube sock and I'm going to use about that much of the actual ankle leg part of it. I'm going to save the toe part for later, okay? So I have this one cut, and see I cut it like just above the heel and then kept this part here. I'm going to turn it inside out, and I'm going to take a piece of string or a strong piece of yarn, and I am going to tie off the base of the sock. You don't want to use rubber bands because rubber bands deteriorate over time, and you don't want rice all over your table or dresser or wherever you happen to put your snowman for decoration. Okay, so I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to wrap it around a couple times, make sure it's nice and strong to hold that in, and I'm going to tie it off real tight. Okay, all right, and I'm going to turn this back right side out. So now all of that bunchy stuff is up inside the sock. Okay, now I need to add rice into the sock part, and what I've done is I have my rice and I have a cup. Just makes it easier to pour. You can use any type of cup or measuring cup. All right. Open this up. Now, one of the things I learned popped into my head is I took a mason jar rim and I dropped the sock inside it and rolled it over the sides. It kind of made it like a little cup that I could pour into. So I'm going to do that. Now the sock stretches, so what you want to do is once you start pouring, kind of tap that rice down into the base so that you can get even, pour it out. But you want to get the rice down inside that sock. Really smush it down there so you can get as much rice as possible to help form your snowman. I want a little bit of room because I'm going to still need to make that body of the snowman. So here's the top of the sock. I'm going to get another piece of yarn and I'm going to tie off this top part of the head. All right, wrap it around a couple times, make sure it's nice and strong. Excess yarn. All right, so that's what I've got for right now. And manipulate our rice sock into the shape that we want. And I want a decent sized head for my snowman and a nice body. Make sure that bottom is flat so he'll sit. And you're going to get another piece of yarn. And you're going to tie off the head. So I'm going to wrap it around a few times, make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want to go all the way through to the other side of the sock. You want this to have some shape. Okay. Alright, okay. So I've got my body and I've got my head. Now I'm going to turn it around and see which side is the best. I like that side there. All right. So I have the top part of my sock still available. And I can make this part of the hat. And what I'm gonna do is fold up the edge twice so that there's no real seam showing. And I'm gonna just put that on my snowman's head, kind of mess with it, make sure it looks the way I want it to. Okay. If that's too much sock, you can always take it off and cut it down to size. So, I don't want too much at the top. The other thing you might want to do is cut off a little bit of that excess sock at the top of the head too. All right, so I'll try that again. I'm gonna fold up my sock. I like there's a fluffy side of the inside of the sock here, so I'm gonna actually put that on out facing my snowman. And there he's got a hat now. Okay, let's do the face. So I found some jingle bells and some buttons. Got all different sizes here. The smaller the button, the better with this size snowman. So I'm going to look for two similars. I got two similars, and these are going to be my eyes. And then I have a piece of, you can use a button for the nose too, or I happen to have orange pipe cleaner. So I'm going to use the orange pipe cleaner to make a carrot nose. All right, so I have a glue gun. You can use other glues. There's tacky glue or craft glue or fabric glue. Those will all work. They just take a little bit longer to dry. So I'm going to use the glue gun, and I'm going to put my snowman, I'm going to lift his head up a little bit, but I'm going to put 2 dots for his eyes and a dot for his nose. And I'm going to place his eyes, trying not to burn my fingers on the glue. Okay, and then his nose, just stick it right in his face. And there's his face. Okay. All right, for the scarf, a couple different options. I could just do a white scarf with the excess sock that I have left over. I can find some ribbon laying around. I can find some old fabric, some discarded material. I use this for another sock snowman. I use this for their hat, but I could actually use this for the scarf for this one, which I think I'm going to do. So I'm gonna cut this. And the great thing about socks is that the material is really stretchy, and it really helps when you're making crafts. And as you can see, I'm not measuring anything. I am not worrying about straight lines on cutting. I can use a pair of scissors. So I have my material for my scarf now. And I'm just going to stretch that material out a little bit more and wrap it around my snowman's neck. And now he has a scarf. So finally, I want to put something down his front. I wanted to have some buttons down the front to add some more color to him. So I'm going to go through my buttons again, and I've got some cute, I have a sparkly one. Maybe I'll do that size. And yeah, I like those. All right, so I have some Christmassy buttons. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tilt my snowman to the side, and I'm going to make my little dots on its belly and where I want those buttons to go. And I'm going to place those buttons, being real careful not to burn my fingers. And that's it. Super cute. And now he has a friend. Probably give you some still Lisa for story time later. Thanks for watching, guys.